Imagine if you, yes, you, suddenly got the opportunity to go to space. Sounds pretty fun, right? So you hop on a space shuttle and soon enough, you're orbiting our beautiful blue Earth. But in your first days in microgravity, you start to feel pretty nauseous, disoriented, and you even throw up. Yeah, not so fun anymore, is it? Chances are like 60 to 80% of space travelers in their first days in microgravity, you're experiencing space adaptation syndrome, or SAS for short. SAS is caused by the lack of gravity, creating a mismatch between what you see and what your vestibular system senses while adapting to space. But wait, what is the vestibular system? And what does lack of gravity have anything to do with vomiting? Well, we often think of our five senses as our only ways to sense the world around us. That's not true. We can detect so much more than that thanks to another sensory system called the vestibular system. Located in our inner ear, it detects motion, head position, and spatial orientation, and allows our sense of balance. The vestibular system is composed of the otolith organs, the utricle and the saccule, and three semicircular canals. The three semicircular canals detect when our head rotates, with each semicircular canal corresponding to a plate of movement, such as nodding up and down, tilting shoulder to shoulder, and shaking your head side to side. The otolith organs sense gravity, head position, and linear acceleration, which is just change of speed in one direction, for example, riding a car. Because of the way they are situated, the utricle is sensitive to horizontal acceleration, like the example of the car, while the saccule is more sensitive to vertical acceleration, such as riding an elevator. Within those two, crystals called otoconia are attached to hair cells in a viscous membrane called the otolithic membrane. When acceleration or movement occurs, such as lying down, the crystals will move under the effect of gravity due to the fact that they're heavier than the membrane, which pulls on the hair cells and which will send signals to the brain as to what movement occurred and in what direction and how fast through a nerve called the vestibular nerve. With this information combined with the information received from your sight system, your brain is aware of your orientation in space, so that's how things work when you're down here. What about when you're up there? Well, you might have already guessed the problem. Part of your vestibular system, the otolith organs, rely a lot on gravity to detect your motion and velocity. But when you're in your space shuttle, you're in a state of weightlessness, meaning that no force is pulling you, so no movement of the otoconia, and no pull on the hair cells, meaning that your otolith organs cannot sense any motion or change in velocity, which explains why astronauts lose the sense of up and down. So while your brain will still perceive things to be in motion due to the sight system, that motion will not be sensed by your vestibular system, leading to a neural mismatch between your two senses. The brain thinks this neural mismatch is due to some sort of neurotoxin you must have eaten and urgently tells your body to eject it, leading to vomiting and nausea. No worries though, SAS usually lasts 2 or 3 days while your vestibular system adapts, and in most cases, you're good to go after a couple of days. So maybe going to space isn't all that fun, but am I saying you shouldn't go? Of course not. I mean, sure, throwing up isn't the best feeling in the world, but going to space isn't just about learning more about the universe. It's learning more about our bodies and how they react in different environments. So who knows what you'll discover next. But just in case, make sure to grab a vomit bag on your way up.